What's up, guys? Coming to you today with a full slate of NBA and college basketball action here on Monday, January 26th. I'll give you my favorite picks on the side and over-under on each game. We're going to break down the biggest college basketball games of the night. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock. So as a thank you to me, take that 10th of a second and slam that like button. It really helps get the videos promoted out there across YouTube. It's a big part of keeping me motivated to make these videos every single solitary day. Also, a big part of keeping me motivated to make these videos every single day lately has been the huge influx of new subscribers we've been getting. Take a second, guys, look below and check and see if you're subscribed to the channel. Being subscribed will keep you from missing out on these videos that I'm putting out every single solitary day. It helps me, see that the channel is growing, and that makes a big difference to YouTube these days. So definitely do me that big favor and click that little subscribe button down below as well. Get down in the comments and let me know any questions you want to ask about today's slate, tomorrow's slate, anything you see across the sports world. I'm more than happy to get back to you. And if I don't have an answer, like if it's something about hockey, which I know nothing about hockey, I can always reach out to the premium NHL handicapper over there at stumpthespread.com and see if he has an answer to your question. Also, check that pinned comment right below the video. That's the top comment below the video. That's where you'll find my favorite picks every single solitary day. My favorite picks from the video always go down into that pinned comment. And those are ones you see me recapping here in the videos every single day. So definitely make sure you're checking out those and maybe check back a couple times per day just in case there are any changes. We obviously have like crazy weather cancellations going on here recently, and all kinds of stuff like that can definitely impact the pinned comment plays. In terms of a recap for Sunday, guys, off to a very good start there on the NFL side. We did unfortunately not cash the Patriots minus 3.5. An even snowier and colder game than we were expecting. Sees the Patriots outlast Denver, but not by quite enough to get us the cover. We did cash Jarrett Stidham there to throw an interception. Honestly thought this bet would cash a lot earlier, but our patience was rewarded as basically a game-sealing interception on a very underthrown ball would lock the Broncos into a loss. And when you got a backup quarterback under center, kind of got to expect some mistakes. We cashed Ramondre Stevenson over 12.5 rushing attempts at plus 106, a very good price, and clearly New England was planning to grind things out here in a bad weather game. We saw Ramondre Stevenson pile up 25 carries and be the biggest offensive producer on the field, aside from maybe Drake May, who also had a very good time running the ball. We still have Sam Darnold to throw an interception live in that Rams game. We still got the Rams live plus 2.5 there as our dog of the day. They're just started the third quarter, so we'll see how things work out there. The Rams are down 17-13. So they definitely have some work still to do. We did cash the Patriots on the money line as our massive lock of the day. So the massive lock of the day continues to stay winning. After getting off to a bit of a rough start, we saw Drake May and company get on track, and eventually with May and Stevenson putting in tons of work there on the ground, and that Patriots defense having an amazing day, they do come away with a win for us. So we'll definitely take that. That was a big time win. Kind of crazy to see the New England Patriots now going to be in the Super Bowl. Pretty nuts. Now, let's go ahead and get after it. We don't have the craziest day out there on Monday. Obviously, no Monday Night Football or anything good like that, but we do have a very reasonable NBA slate to cover, and we've got a few big college basketball games to break down. So let's go ahead and get into it. Right out of the gates here, we got the Indiana Pacers going on the road to take on the Atlanta Hawks, and this is a noon game. We've got two early games here on Monday. Now, the Pacers, they come into this one fresh off that crazy 117-114 win there at Oklahoma City, so a big win in that one. Got to feel good if you're a Pacers fan to see them put up the occasional win. Obviously, winning isn't really the main goal of this season. You want to kind of tank it out, make sure you get good draft position, and next year when you come back with Tyrese Halliburton ready to go and Obi Toppin ready to get out there, you're going to be in much better shape. So we'll see what they can get done in this matchup. I mean, against the Thunder, they looked good. It's nice to see this team playing with a lot of pride, even though they're on the road. Siakam had 21. Jarrett Walker had 26. He had a really good game. Nembhard put up 27. As a team, they shoot 42% from three, so a very good day there, and a good game on the boards. Let's keep in mind, though, this was the very depleted version of this Oklahoma City Thunder team. So we'll see what the Pacers can do in this one. Obviously, a huge step down in competition, but they are going on the road here to take on Atlanta. The Pacers are as healthy as we've become accustomed to seeing them. It appears Mathurin, that thumb issue, I guess he's officially questionable for this game, but I would be pretty surprised if we actually saw him out there for this one. That would be a little bit shocking. But other than that, they are healthy and ready to go as they head to Atlanta to take on the Hawks here, who have also won 2 straight games. They took down the Grizzlies 124-122 and a crazy barn burner there in Memphis. Then they followed that up with a 110-103 win there over the Suns. Now, they did win that game, gave up not that much to Dylan Brooks necessarily. We gave up 31 to Devin Booker in 28 minutes. That was the Devin Booker injury game where he hurt his ankle. That's going to keep him out for at least a week. I'd be a little bit surprised if it doesn't keep him out a bit longer than that. We'll have to wait and see on that kind of injury news. The Hawks in that game shot 50% from three, Big shooting night out there. We loved what we saw from CJ McCollum coming off the bench. Probably his best game so far with his new team there on Atlanta. We liked what we saw from Okongwu. He went 3 of 5 from 3. Jalen Johnson obviously having a big night. 23 points, 18 rebounds, 9 assists. He also had 5 turnovers, but was still a plus 15 out there and a big part of why they won this game. So well played to the Atlanta Hawks. They do come away with the win in that one. We'll see. If they can continue this little turnaround, winning 2 in a row, not something that's happened for them a billion times this season. It does not look like they're going to be fully healthy for this game, though. The problems confronting them recently have been the availability or the lack thereof of Ricochet and Porzingis, and it seems like that's still going to be a problem. Yeah, Ricochet officially out for this game, still dealing with that knee issue. Porzingis still dealing with that Achilles problem. He is out for this one as well. So it will not be the full strength Atlanta Hawks. Despite that, they are 4.5-point favorites here at home. We've got a total of 232.5. The Pacers are 9-13 against spread on the road, 6-4 against spread after win, 29-17 to the under. That's actually an NBA best mark to the under. Atlanta, they are 8-13 against spread at home, 11-10 against spread after win, 24-23 to the over. Guys, I think these players are going to be pretty discombobulated playing a very early, what's the tip going to be? A 12:30 tip on a Monday is not business as usual for these dudes. I think we're going to see a low-scoring game in this one, especially with the Pacers being one of the lowest-scoring teams in the NBA. So definitely give me the under in this one. It's probably my favorite lean on this game. In terms of a side, I will just slightly lean towards the Hawks here at -4.5, but I have very little conviction in that one. Definitely the best play here is that total. Next on the docket, guys, and this is a 2 p.m. tip, we've got the Philadelphia 76ers heading to Charlotte to take on the Hornets. The 76ers are 24-20 on the season. They're coming off a tough 3-point loss there against the Knicks. They staged a furious comeback in that game, wasted a 38-point performance there from Joel Embiid, who's been playing amazing this season. Got to give him huge props. He's stayed healthy. He played a ton of minutes the other night, played 36 minutes in this game, had 38 points, 11 boards, and 5 assists, and a block. Very good work there from Joel Embiid. The problem for the 76ers in this game, and this is something I talked about in the last NBA video, was Paul George. He was out there, played 32 minutes in this game, had 9 points, was 3 of 10 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, had a turnover, did have a couple steals, so he wasn't terrible. He was a -2. I don't think more Paul George minutes are a good thing for this team. I'm sure his contract is untradeable at this point, so I don't think they'll be able to move him even if they want to, but yeah, not great. Not loving what I'm seeing from Paul George out there. Kelly Oubre is putting in very good minutes, being much more efficient. Maxey had only 15 shots in his 38 minutes. I would way rather see those 10 shots that Paul George took get turned into Maxey shots. I think that would be a much better use. I'd like it a lot better if he came off the bench, honestly, because clearly they could use some scoring punch or something off the bench, because Quentin Grimes is looking very unworthy of those contract demands he was making in the offseason, because he had 4 points in 19 minutes in this game. So we'll see what the 76ers can do in this one. They are going on the road, taking the Hornets. They are not going to be fully healthy for this game, not even close. We see Embiid and Paul George marches up. Paul George being out, that is a plus. Joel Embiid being out, it seems like that is a pretty massive bad thing for this team. We'll see what goes on. They are playing on the front half of a back-to-back as well. Their next game will be at home against the Milwaukee Bucks, but it will be on Tuesday. So they're resting him on the front half of a back-to-back, hoping that they can find a way to beat the Charlotte Hornets without Joel Embiid. We'll see. The Hornets, they come to this one winners of 2 in a row. That game against the Wizards, the final score looks a lot more competitive than that game really should have been in the end. We liked what we saw from Brandon Miller in that game. He had 21 points on very efficient shooting numbers. Miles Bridges actually had a very nice game. Con Knuppel, a decent to solid game, and LaMelo Ball put in good numbers as well. The bench just didn't really have anybody go particularly nuts. Colin Sexton did have 9 points, but not an amazing bench night. They shoot 39% from 3. They have a nice big advantage there on the boards, and somehow still only win this game by 4. So we'll see if they can, play a little bit better in this one. Obviously, they're going to have to. They want to get a win against a significantly better team. The injury situation for the Hornets looks very good. They're fully healthy, with the lone exception being potentially Colin Sexton, but even he is listed as probable, dealing with that hamstring issue. So they should be rested and ready to go. The Hornets being 2.5-point favorites here at home makes a lot more sense to me in this one now that I know that Embiid is out. We've got a total of 226.5. The 76ers are 14-5 against spread on the road. That's an NBA best mark against the spread playing away from home. They are 14-5 against spread after a loss as well. They are 23-21 to the over. Charlotte, they are 11-10 against spread at home, 7-10 against spread after a win, 27-19 to the under. This is a bit of a weird spot. I think the 76ers are becoming a little bit accustomed to having Embiid out there and ready to go. This is going to be a big Maxey, Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre day. We're going to see lots of Bona out there. Is that going to, and probably some Andre Drummond, is that going to translate to success here against the Hornets? That seems a little bit tough to me. I will lean just slightly towards Charlotte playing at home in this one, even as small favorites. But with all those trends pointing towards the 76ers so aggressively, and the Hornets' perimeter defense doesn't really wow me, this is probably not going to make the pinned comment. Hey guys, before we jump in and break down the Orlando Magic heading to Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers, we got to shout out the sponsor of today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, guys, our premium members are getting daily NBA, NHL, UFC, NFL, and college basketball picks. We're coming off a very big win over there on the NFL side yesterday, cashing an 8-unit play on the Patriots at -2.5 and a 2-unit play there on the Patriots on the money line. So some big units going down in that one. Still have lots of action going on across the sporting world over several other picks. Obviously, we're recording fairly early in the day, trying to get you guys some early value out there, but lots still cooking over there on the premium side. So hopefully we can have a nice big day over there. There's been a ton of stuff going on over in the premium section here lately. So it's a great time to dive in with so many sports going on. And keep in mind, those premium picks are usually not going to match what you see from me here in the videos, as I'm at the premium NFL, college football, NHL, UFC handicapper over there at StumpTheSpread.com. We have a team of experts. Every single one of them has over a decade's worth of experience covering their given sport, and those guys are putting in an insane amount of work on a daily basis to bring you the best possible picks that are available out there. So definitely consider signing up for the premium picks over there at StumpTheSpread.com. They can pay for themselves very quickly if you have one good day. Like an 8-unit winner there, that's a pretty good way to pay for your premium pick package. So let's definitely get over there and check out the premium stuff, but you also got to get over there and check out all the free stuff, guys. It's there's a lot of great value over there. There's free picks under the free picks tab every single solitary day. I believe we cashed our free pick over there on the college basketball side. A very short slate, but we cashed Wisconsin. Wisconsin was actually a loser. We cashed Washington there as a free pick. They end up winning that game 72-57. Yeah, that was a very nice win, and they jumped out to a huge lead. They were 34-19 in the first half. So the free picks tab, definitely a great resource, but that free email newsletter, guys, is an even better resource. You definitely got to get over there and check that out every single solitary day. And you just got to get over there to sign up for it. You obviously don't have to go to StumpTheSpread.com to get the emails. You'll get the emails straight to your inbox every single solitary day. A bunch of big golf winners over the PGA Tour this last week. Minwoo Lee ended up cashing an 11-1, tied for first place bet there on day one. Jacob Bridgman finished in the top 20. That was a plus 450, and that was marked as a bigger bet on the email. Tom Hodge was in the top 20. That was a plus 600 bigger bet. And Jason Day finished in the top 10 and in the top 20. That cashed at plus 550 and at plus 225 respectively. Both bigger bets. So very excellent value there coming from the email list. And that's those emails, they come straight from the premium handicapper. So definitely guys that really know your stuff, and it's a great way to check out what the premium content would be like just by getting on that free email newsletter. And it's very easy to sign up. They just ask for your name and your email address. That's it. And you get one email straight to your inbox every single day. Just go over to StumpTheSpread.com and get on that email list. Also, you got to get over to StumpTheSpread.com if you want to pick up one of our Stump the Spread hoodies. We're selling them right now at cost, $40. That includes shipping. Usually takes 7 to 10-ish days to get to your address, and that includes like printing time, shipping time, all that jazz. It should be to you very quickly. So definitely consider taking advantage of that. If you've ever thought about picking up a Stump the Spread hoodie, now is the perfect time to do that. Also, guys, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing from us here every single day, click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos, get their name up on screen in every single video, but maybe most importantly, they get access to our members-only giveaways, and we've got a members-only giveaway for you guys today. It's Monday. We do these giveaways every single solitary Monday. We put the name of every single YouTube channel member on a big wheel, and every single solitary Monday, you're going to see this wheel in these videos. We click this button right here in the middle, and whoever it lands on gets a Stump the Spread hoodie of their size mailed straight to their address of choice. This has every single YouTube channel member's name on it, and it looks like this week's winner is going to be, oh, that's a close one, John McCoy. John McCoy, the winner of this week's Stump the Spread hoodie giveaway. Get down there in the comments, let us know that you see that you won, and we will get in touch with you through the comments, let you know how to go about claiming your hoodie, and we could have it to you in as little as 7 days. Maybe not with the snowstorms that are sweeping the Midwest right now, but it should be a very quick process. So huge shout out to all the YouTube channel members, the new ones, the old ones. You guys really, make me feel a lot better every single solitary day, especially if we end up having a losing day. Seeing you guys in the comments It does a lot. So let's go ahead now and dive back in. We got a lot more games to cover. Orlando and Cleveland come into this game playing the second half of a little home and home series. First game was a home game there for the Orlando Magic, and unfortunately for everyone involved, this game is going to be played in Cleveland. Now, game one, we saw Donovan Mitchell go off for 36 points, and the Magic did not have a lot going for them in that game, unfortunately. We liked what we saw from Paolo Banchero. He shot the ball really, really well, got to the free throw line a ton, had 27 points. He was still a -6 out there. Wendell Carter Jr. was fine, but not great. Desmond Bane had 20 points, and he shot the ball well. Anthony Black had a nice bounce back day, but only 16 points is not usually going to be enough. Mo Wagner continues to be very productive coming off the bench. He had 13 points and 6 rebounds, but was still a -14. Just a tough showing for Orlando. They shoot 41% from the field and 29% from three. You are not going to win a lot of NBA basketball games doing that kind of thing. So we'll see what they can put together in this one. There will still be no Franz Wagner available for them in this game. He's been ruled out due to an ankle injury. He will not be out there for this one. The Cavaliers, they're 27-20 on the season, have been one of the bigger disappointments in the NBA, but maybe they're turning things around. They've won 5 out of their last 6 games. They're coming off that win in Orlando. Now they're back home in the cold and snow of Cleveland, so we'll see how that treats them. But Donovan Mitchell had a big day, put up 36 points himself, shot 50% from the field, a very good day. Jalen Tyson chipped in and was very efficient. 12 points off the bench from Tyrese Proctor is nice, especially for a team that has not had tons and tons of production off the bench. Lonzo Ball played, what did he play? 25 minutes and was very productive. 6 points, 2 of 4 from the field. Both of those makes were from 3. 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 3 steals. He was getting after it. He was a +5. A big deal to see him playing well. Now, Cleveland did not dominate the boards in this game, but they shot the ball really, really well. We'll see what they can do here. They are going to be at home. Their injury situation looks pretty similar to what we've been seeing. Darius Garland and Sam Merrill both on there. Garland, yeah, he's going to be out for at least another 3 or 4 days. Sam Merrill, dealing with that hand issue, is officially questionable for this one. DeAndre Hunter, after demanding that trade, things have gotten a little bit weird with him. He's dealing with a knee issue, and he is officially questionable for this game. Now, the Cavaliers are 4.5-point favorites here at home. We've got a total of 226.5. Orlando is 7-13 against spread on the road. They're a 500 against spread team after a loss. They are a 500 over/under team. Cleveland, they are 7-19 against the spread at home. That's an NBA worst mark. They are 9-17 against spread after a win, also horrible, and 25-22 to the under. This is a weird spot, guys. Normally you want to, back the team that lost in the front half of a situation like this. So that's what we're going to do. Give me the Magic here, getting 4.5 points, but I have very little conviction in this pick. The Magic have not been very good down the stretch this year or just in general. Neither is Cleveland, so that's why this one isn't, I don't have a lot of conviction either way, but I will take the Magic here, getting 4.5 points as a very small lean. Rolling right along, we're looking at the Portland Trailblazers heading to Boston to take on the Celtics. The Trailblazers are 23-23 on the season. They're coming off a 110-98 loss against the Raptors. That was a home game for Portland. Now they got to go back on the road heading to Boston, so we'll see what they can do. They had won 4 in a row before that loss, and this team has been a pretty interesting one. In that loss against the Toronto Raptors, a bit of a tough shooting night there from Portland. They shoot 29% from 3, only get to the line 10 times. They do a good job keeping things even on the boards. We liked what we saw from Drew Holiday. He had 21 points in 22 minutes. Shadigan Sharp had 21 points in 32 minutes and was only 10 of 23 from the field and 1 of 6 from 3. So definitely a bounce-back shooting night in store for him in this one. Jeremy Grant did play in that game, but didn't look great. 0 of 5 from 3, only 8 points in 26 minutes off the bench. Caleb Love was actually fine coming off the bench, but really just nobody had a particularly great night. I guess Donovan Clingan did play really well. He had 13 points, 16 boards, 2 assists, and 3 steals. So he played great. This team can definitely play better, though. No Denny Edgeva, definitely not helpful. We'll see, if they can get healthy and if they can get back on track here. Now, health has been a key word for this Portland team all year long. We'll see. Denny Edgeva is the big question mark here. He's dealing with that back issue. He continues to be questionable for this game. So we'll see. Chris Murray out. Robert Williams III. Sounds like he is fully questionable. They're dealing with that knee issue. So we'll see how healthy and how ready to go they are here as they head to Boston to take on the Celtics, who are 28-17 on the season. They're coming off a 114-111 loss there in Chicago. Now, that was pretty much a scheduled loss kind of situation for Boston. They had to be exhausted for that game. They still found a way to make it come down to the last shot. So well played there, honestly. A very valiant effort. Derek White playing 39 minutes. Jaylen Brown playing 37. Obviously, White was not playing on no rest. He had the night before off, but Jaylen Brown, a very gutsy performance. It wasn't enough in the end. And despite Anthony Simons putting in a really, really good night off the bench, scoring 21 points of his own. So there's a lot to like about this Boston team. All the news is about, Jason Tatum potentially going to come back. I don't care that Shaq has a bad feeling about Jason Tatum coming back. I think, if he's ready to go, he should get after it. It's up to him, up to the doctors. If they say it's fine, I think it's fine. Now, the Celtics, they come into this game looking fairly healthy. Could be lacking a little bit of depth there at center, but other than that, they're healthy, a little bit more rested than they have been normally, and they should be ready to go for this game. The Celtics are 8.5-point favorites here at home. We've got a total of 224.5. Portland is 11-11 against spread on the road, 13-9 against spread after loss, and they're a 500 over-under team. Boston is 10-10 against spread at home, 10-6 against spread after a loss. They're 26-19 to the under. I think this is just too many points. I'm going to have to side with the Trailblazers in this one. They're a solid team. They're not going to be an easy out for anyone. They're definitely in a bounce-back shooting spot. At least most of them are, and I think we're going to see that come to fruition here, especially if Denny Adjeva plays. I think if we see him out there, this is a spot you might want to sprinkle the money line on the Portland Trailblazers. So definitely Portland going on the list as a potential dog of the day. Next up, we're looking at the Los Angeles Lakers heading to Chicago to take on the Bulls. Probably doesn't feel that good to go from LA to Chicago, but they're not going from LA to Chicago. They're going from Dallas to Chicago. So the weather situation not going to be super favorable there for what the Lakers are used to in general. But this is the dog days of winter. You're going to have some tough spots like this. They're coming off a nice little win there against the Mavericks. Things got off to a good start there for the Lakers, and Luka does end up getting the win over his old team. He put up 33 points, 8 boards, and 11 assists. So that all has to feel pretty good. LeBron had a decent day, but not amazing. Rui Hachimura had 17 off the bench. Getting him back has been really nice. And Jared Vanderbilt going 2 of 3 from 3. That's got to feel great for a team that could always use a little bit more shooting. They shoot 41% from 3 in this game. They end up dominating the glass there against the Mavs. So well played, but this is not necessarily an atypical performance that we saw from the Los Angeles Lakers. We'll see what they do in this one. Heading to Chicago, not exactly the easiest spot to be playing or traveling or living right now. The Lakers are pretty much fully healthy coming into this game. At least we do see Jake LaRavia on the injury report, and he's been, fairly important. He's dealing with a left quadricep contusion. He played 30 very productive minutes there against Dallas. They need him to be available for this game as they head to Chicago to take on the Bulls, who don't look now, guys, but they've won 4 games in a row that we were on them in at least that Celtics game, if not the Celtics and Timberwolves games. A lot to feel good about. Obviously, Derrick Rose seeing his jersey retired is a very cool moment in that 114-111 win over the tired Celtics. A lot of positives. We see Giddey put up a terrible, terrible night in terms of scoring, but he had 8 boards and 10 assists off the bench there. 10 from Dosunmu, 12 from from Kevin Huerter, especially including that, huge, basically game-winning shot. 10 from Patrick Williams, but we also liked what we saw from Kobe White. We liked what we saw from Vooch. We saw what we saw from Buzelis. Just a very, very good night out there from the Chicago Bulls. So they'll definitely take it. We'll see if they can keep this thing rolling. They're fully healthy coming into this one, with the exception of Trey Jones. So no meaningful changes there on the Bulls injury report. They're getting a 1.5 here at home, so that has to feel kind of good. We've got a total of 236.5 in this game. The Lakers are 13-11 against spread on the road. They're 12-14 against spread after win. They're 25-19 to the over. The Bulls are 14-10 against spread at home, 13-9 against spread after win, 25-20 to the under. Guys, this feels like a bit of a tough spot here for the Lakers. This is not somewhere they can be, super stoked to be traveling. It's not, the front half of a back-to-back for either team, but I do expect to see LeBron and Luka and company struggle a little bit in Chicago. I do think this could be a high-scoring game. Over 236.5 feels okay, but slightly better than that. I'll take the Chicago Bulls here getting a 1.5. I think this is a good spot to back Chicago here playing at home. I don't think the Lakers are going to be having a great time traveling through this whole storm system that's going on, so definitely give me the Bulls here getting a 1.5. Heading into the last couple of NBA games before we jump over and cover the college basketball slate, we've got the Memphis Grizzlies heading to Houston to take on the Rockets. Now, the Grizzlies just had their game against the Nuggets postponed, so they will be very well rested for this one. We'll see. The whole Ja situation has gotten even weirder, dealing with that elbow strain. He's going to be out past the trade deadline, so I don't know if this is some sort of posturing by Ja or his camp or something, but things are getting weird there for the Grizzlies. They're coming off a 6-point loss to the Pelicans. That's not a great look. Jaren Jackson Jr. played relatively well in that game, especially since he hasn't been playing great this season in general. Coward, Jock Landale, Cam Spencer all played really well in this game. Gigi Jackson putting in a solid performance, but none of it was enough, and this team just does not look very good without Ja out there playing great. So we'll see what goes on here. Santi Aldama probably out. Ty Jerome probably out for this game as well. yeah, he's going to make his debut within the next couple weeks, but not right now. Santi Aldama dealing with that knee issue. He's not going to be playing in this game either. So life not looking super easy for the Memphis Grizzlies right now. I'm very intrigued to see what they're going to do, if they're really going to try and find a way to trade Ja here before the trade deadline. That obviously gets a lot tougher with him out. So we'll see what happens. They're taking on a Rockets team that's coming off a big 7-point win there in Detroit. They played really well in that game. Yeah, I mean, it honestly got closer at the end than it looked like it would be. Big night there from Kevin Durant. Should have been tired for that game, but yeah, at 1,000,000 years old, still putting up 32 relatively easy looking points. He was a plus 18. And Thompson was a plus 11. Sengun put up pretty good numbers. His plus minus wasn't that incredible, but 5 turnovers also. Like I have some Alperen Sengun related questions about what this Rockets team's going to want to do down this stretch. So we'll see what happens. They do come into this game looking very healthy and ready to go, so that's a big deal. They're healthy and ready to get after it. Still no Steven Adams, but the Rockets, they come into this game 10.5-point favorites at home. We've got a total of 222.5. Memphis, they're 8-11 against spread on the road, 11-13 against spread after loss, 24-19 to the under. Houston, they are 8-10 against spread at home, 12-14 against spread after win, 22-20-1 to the under. This feels like a lot of points, but that Ja news can't have Memphis feeling great, although they're used to playing without Ja. We like Cam Spencer going against KD. A little bit of jawing going on there, or maybe a lot. We'll see what happens. Guys, I'm going to lean a bit towards the Grizzlies here getting 10.5 points. I don't necessarily think they're going to win this game straight up. I think that's pretty unlikely, but especially with a lower total here, two teams that have trends slightly at least towards the under, I think we could see a game that finishes with the Rockets winning by around 8. And that is good enough for us. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Golden State Warriors heading to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. Now, no travel really related for this game. Both teams are playing on back-to-back nights. Both these games are being played in Minnesota. We actually saw the Warriors get the 111-85 win there over the Timberwolves in that makeup game that was played, yesterday. So we'll see what goes on in this one, guys. Back-to-back matchups like that can get a little bit tricky. The Warriors had to love what they saw from Steph in the win. Pretty good work there. 26 points and was a plus 16. But maybe even more important was Moses Moody and Podziemski both playing really well out there. Only 12 points off the bench from DeAnthony Melton in a game they won. That's been pretty unusual. Will Richard playing well off the bench. A lot of good news for this Warriors team has been pretty starved for good news in general this season. It's been a little bit rough, especially with that Jimmy Butler injury. Now, looking at the injury report for Golden State in this one, they're fully healthy with the exception there of Kuminga, somebody they try not to ever play anyway. So I don't think that's a big deal. He's going to be reevaluated, sometime in the coming days, but no time soon. So we'll see what they can do here on the road against the Timberwolves. You have to be a little bit tilted about the fact they've lost 5 games in a row. It hasn't been an easy schedule necessarily, but when you're losing games to teams like the Warriors convincingly, and they had Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle play in that game, it's not a great look. They wasted a great night from Ant. He put up 32 points in 34 minutes and shot the ball really well. DiVincenzo took 15 threes in that game, only made 6 of them. Not exactly a banner night for him. He was a minus 21. And Julius Randle kind of pulled a no-show. He only took 11 shots in the whole game, went 0-4 from 3, scored 11 points, and was a minus 15. It actually pains me to see Anthony Edwards on a team so ill-suited to, actually have him be competitive. The Timberwolves injury report, it doesn't look bad at all. They're fully healthy and ready to go for this one. So will they have a huge bounce back? We'll have to wait and see. The odds makers have the Timberwolves as 7.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 233.5. The Warriors are 8-14 against spread on the road, 4-5 against spread on no rest, 28-18 to the over. Minnesota is 9-13 against spread at home, 3-4 against the spread on no rest, 23-22 to the under. Guys, I'm going to do the thing we usually do. You fade the team that won the front half of the little 2-game mini-series. Give me the Timberwolves here. Minus 7.5 feels a little bit expensive. Maybe we could even get interested in them on the money line or something, but I do think this is a pretty good spot to be on the Timberwolves. It's just very difficult to beat the same team back-to-back times, and also you have to keep in mind Golden State does not usually get that kind of production from their role players. Now, guys, hopping over to look at some college basketball action. Not a very big slate out there on Monday, but we've got 3 very big games, and we're going to cover the big ones here. First up, we're looking at the number 23 Louisville Cardinals going on the road to take on the number 5 Duke Blue Devils. Louisville comes into this game 14-5 on the season. They're fresh off an 85-71 win over Virginia Tech, so things point in the right direction over their last couple, but they have had some trouble in these big step-up games. Like they played number 16 Virginia, lost that one by 9, played Duke earlier in the season, lost that one by 11, and now they're going to have to go on the road to Cameron to play this game. Seems like a little bit of a tough spot. They also lost to Tennessee earlier this year. Just haven't had a ton of success against huge name opponents. We loved what we've seen this season from Ryan Conwell. He's been great, nearly 20 points per game, only shooting 40% from the field, but still putting up good numbers. We like what we're seeing, overall. They're 21st in the nation in total offense. Their rebounding numbers look very, very good. Their assist numbers are fine too. So there's, a lot of good things about this Louisville team. But the last time they faced Duke, they did not have a very good time. They did shoot the ball okay from three. They didn't shoot great from the field though. Only 26 of 65 from the field. That's 40%. Not ideal. They got out rebounded just by a little bit, but maybe the biggest deal is they had no answer out there for Caleb Foster, no answer for Isaiah Evans, and certainly no answer out there for Cameron Boozer. Will they have come up with answers between that game and this game? We'll have to wait and see, guys. Duke, they're 18-1 on the season. They're just cruising. They're coming off a 90-69 win there over Wake Forest. They also went out to California and took care of business, blowing out California and blowing out Stanford. So this team looking very capable of handling anything that this schedule can really throw at them. It's not a look-ahead spot either. I mean, they take on Virginia Tech next, and Louisville, I'm not sure if they have much of a look-ahead spot either. But really, guys, it's looking like a very, very good season for the Duke Blue Devils. And this is not a homer play, guys. If they were doing bad, I would tell you they were doing bad. This is just a hat that I was given a long, long time ago. Cameron Boozer having a great season. Duke can dominate you on the boards. They can outscore you, and they're one of the best defensive teams in the nation. It doesn't really get a whole lot better than that. Duke, they are 7.5-point favorites here playing at home. We've got a total of 157.5 in this game. Louisville is 2-3 against spread on the road. They are 11-8 to the under. Duke is 4-5 against spread at home. 12-7 to the under. With those trends, we definitely have to consider under 157.5 in this spot. I don't think we're going to see a crazy high-scoring game, but regardless, I think we're going to see Duke come out and dominate. They probably win this game by double digits, guys. I will certainly be taking the Duke Blue Devils here at -7.5. I know sometimes it can be tough to beat the same team twice, but I don't think Duke's going to have too many problems here, especially not playing at home. Next on the docket, guys, we're looking at the Penn State Nittany Lions going on the road to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes out in the Big Ten. Penn State having a rough time. They are 0-8 so far, still looking for their first win in conference play. They're coming off a 96-71 beatdown they suffered at the hands of Wisconsin. That had to feel pretty bad. This team, not great offensively, 210th in the nation in total offense. Their rebounding numbers are atrocious, some of the worst in college basketball. Their defensive numbers aren't great. Their leading scorer, Caden Mingo, is decent. 15 points and 5 assists per game is nothing to turn your nose up at, but it has not been easy sailing this season for the Nittany Lions. Their next chance to get a win here is going to be in Ohio State. The Buckeyes are 13-6 on the season. They're 5-4 in Big Ten play. They're coming off a tough 12-point loss there at Michigan. They do get the cover in that game. I believe they were getting around 15.5 points, and we were on the Buckeyes in that one. And as a small lean, Michigan does take care of business in that one, but this Ohio State team is very, very dangerous. They beat UCLA and Minnesota in the 2 games before that. They had every chance in the world to beat Nebraska earlier this season. They've been very, very good. They're in the top 90 in the nation in total offense. Their rebounding numbers are respectable, not elite, but respectable, and their defense is pretty darn good. They will also have the best player on the floor in this game by a significant margin. Bruce Thornton is a monster. So when you look at the numbers, it's not super shocking to see the Buckeyes as big favorites. They're 12.5-point favorites here at home. We've got a total of 154.5 in this game. Penn State is 2-2 against the spread on the road, 10-9 to the over. Ohio State is 4-6-1 against the spread at home, 10-9 to the under. The problem that I have with this game is after this showdown with Penn State, we see Ohio State go on the road to take on Wisconsin. That is a big, big game. We only see Northwestern on deck there for Penn State, and that's going to be enough to put this over the top for me. Give me Penn State here getting 12.5 points. This does not feel good. I'm not super jazzed up about this play, but these look-ahead spots in college basketball can be very, very profitable, and I don't think that this is one we can ignore. Last but not least, guys, certainly not least, we've got one of the biggest games of the day. We've got the number 1 Arizona Wildcats heading to BYU to take on the number 13 Cougars. Arizona State, they're 20-0 this season, undefeated. They've looked amazing so far in Big 12 play. They're coming off an 88-53 win there over West Virginia. They did not suffer any sort of look-ahead letdown situation there. We do see they have Arizona State on deck, an in-state rival that played a very tough game against them earlier this season. But right now, I think they're going to have their sights, fully affixed on BYU. They've looked very, very good this year. Obviously, there's tons and tons to like about the Wildcats. They're the best team in the nation. I don't think it's really questionable They're 7th in the nation total rebounding. They're in the top 15 in total offense. They have a slew of different guys they can rely on a night-to-night basis, and they are an elite level defensive team, guys. Everything they do is very, very solid. Now, they haven't been tested recently by an elite level opponent. The last ranked opponent they played was Alabama, and that was months ago. But they did, just take care of business very handily against West Virginia, so I'll give them some credit for that. BYU, they come into this game, guys, number 13 in the nation. They're 17-2 on the season, having a very good time. We're loving what we're seeing from Debansa, guys. He's putting up amazing numbers. They're coming off a 91-78 win over Utah. That was a bounce back after a tough loss at Texas Tech, but they've been real good this year. They beat Wisconsin earlier this season. They did lose to UConn, but they've put up a lot of big wins. They're 25th in the nation total offense. They're 43rd in total rebounding. Their defensive numbers are very, very good, but are they ready for such a big showing? They got 2 big games coming up. They play Arizona, then they play Kansas, then they play Oklahoma State, then they play Houston. So it's going to be a little bit of a tough road. We'll see what happens. They are getting 2.5 points here at home. We've got a total of 164.5. Arizona is 3-1 against the spread on the road this season. They are 11-9 to the over. BYU is 4-5 against spread at home, 11-8 to the under. Maybe this is going to be chalky, but I will take the Arizona Wildcats here at -2.5. I think it's a very good spot for Arizona. You can take them on the money line as well. I don't have a problem with that, but I think the Wildcats are by far the better team. I think they're going to take care of business here on the road against BYU. I don't think this is a meaningful look-ahead spot for them or really for BYU here, so I definitely think the Wildcats are the way you want to go. They're just the deeper, more talented team. They're better on defense, and they're better on the glass. And I think they show it in this one. Guys, that's all the games we have out there on Monday. Do me a big favor, hit that like button. It really helps get the video promoted out there, and I really, really appreciate everybody that takes that 1/10 of a second to do that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. All the new subscribers we've been getting really keeps me motivated on a daily basis to grind out these videos. I got a sick baby and a sick wife in the other room, and I'm in here talking into this camera for like 45 minutes. So help me get this channel to 100,000 subscribers. Really appreciate every single one of you. Get down below in the comments with any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you, and if I don't know the answer, I'm more than happy to reach out and see if I can find the answer. I appreciate everybody watching these videos. Make sure you're clicking the link in the description to check out stumpthespread.com. Definitely check out all the free stuff they're offering over there. That free email newsletter, all those golf plays. I'm going to be diving in on a bunch of those this coming week or whenever the next golf event is. I don't actually know. I'm not a golf guy, but definitely take advantage of that. Get on those premium picks if you're interested in those. They can pay for themselves very quickly. And guys, we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Same time, same place for more sports betting action.